Well, welcome everybody. So this is going to be a video about the upcoming PlayStation 1 Classic that's going to be released December 3rd, 2018. So coming up very shortly, as you can see. So ultimately this will be my opinion based on my experience of the games. I'm not going to talk about the console because there's still things that have not been revealed to us. So I'm going to just strictly stick to the game aspect. So there are going to be some games that I have not played. So for the games that I have not played, I'm going to pretty much use I'm going to rate it on the popularity of the game or what my friends have thought about the games as well. So without further ado, this is Giga Vega's review of the games for the PlayStation 1 Classic. So in no particular order, Final Fantasy VII, excellent game, thumbs up. Jumping Flash, I don't know anybody that's played it, none of my friends have it, going back to my childhood that is. The only review I've ever seen of the game is on GameSacks. I'll link their account below. They're pretty funny guys. Metal Gear, of course. I never finished any of the Metal Gear games, but they are still one of my favorite games ever. What do you expect? It's Hideo Kojima, the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the video game industry. Tekken 3, a classic fighter game. I understand why it was included in the bundle. I never personally liked the game, but there are many technical fighting fans that love it. So, good choice. Wild Arms, never played the games. My friends that have played the game when they were younger say the games are fun, so I'll give it that. Ridge Racer Type 4. Not sure exactly why they went with Ridge Racer. There is the far superior Gran Turismo, which I think they should have went with instead. But I guess it was enough fan base for Ridge Racer 4 to include it in this bundle. Mr. Driller. No idea why they decided to go with this game, apart from any other casual game. I guess it was a core game, some people will say. But to me, it's just a filler game. Intelligent Cube. Now that one is a personal favorite of mine. It's not for everybody. There's a niche following for it, a cult following, if you will. But I think it was a good fit for the release. Battle Arena Toshiden. I never saw any appeal of the game. Tekken is a much better technical fighter, so I don't know why they went with two of these type of games. Now the next one is another favorite of mine, Cool Borders 2. If you've played it, you'll know why people love that game. It's what made me excited for Steep, which sadly was too much of a technical game and not enough of a fun game. Still worth playing, but we're not talking about PS4 games. Destruction Derby. I never knew the game existed, so. Twisted Metal, a great series. Not sure why they went with the first one, especially since each game that came out, especially the third one, was better as it went. Not the games after the third one, forget it. But the best one was always Twisted Metal Black. Grand Theft Auto. I understand why they included it, so I say this is a thumbs up for the inclusion because it is the starting of the franchise, and there was a big following for it way before the hot coffee incident. Oddworld, Abe's Exodus. A great game, very fun. I understand why they included this game in it. Rayman. Don't let the cartoony graphics fool you. It is a frustratingly hard game. The further and further you go, well worth the play, but it's very difficult. It's a very difficult game. Resident Evil Director's Cut. It's Resi. You gotta include it. Thumbs up. Revelations Persona. This one I'm not sure exactly why they went with it. I think they should have just not have included it. I know Persona is a very popular game now, but back in the day, nobody at all really played it. At least not in my circle of friends, and there was never any hype for it through TV commercials and things like this. Not even in EGM. So, not sure why they decided to go with it. Super Puzzle Fighter 2! Turbo. Another filler game. I guess it was fun. And then the final and 20th game on the list, Siphon Filter. I don't know anybody that played the game. But apparently the sequels were better. Now, many people are asking why they chose those games when there were so many better games they could have included in the list. Parasite Eve. Silent Hill, which is one of my favorite all-time horror games, and as many of my friends know, my favorite horror series, period. Better than Resident Evil. Yeah, so Parasite Eve, the first one, not the second one. So Parasite Eve, Silent Hill, Dino Crisis, Tomb Raider, the Xenogears saga, like, that is a no-brainer. What else? Street Fighter, Alpha Third Strike. That was one of the best Street Fighters back in the day of the PlayStation 1. That one definitely should have been in the list and not just include two technical fighters. Crash Team Racing, a very fun team type of game. Definitely should have included that one. And of course, Diablo 1. I don't understand how come people forget that that game was also on the PS1. I've played it once, and I think that was it. But definitely, these games should have also been considered. Trim some of the fat, replace them with some of these great games, and then people will be hungrier for your PS1 Classic. Now, the Super Nintendo Classic did it right. They had all their classic games. I'm not going to mention them because it's not a review for that. So they had all their best-selling games and their classic games included in their huge library. But I always have the feeling that Sony, as much as the fans ask, demand, make videos and this and that, I don't find them to be a company that likes to look on the past. I mean, it took them 21 years to say, okay, we'll do a remake of Final Fantasy VII. So yes, all in all, December 3rd, PS1 Classic will be released, and my official review for it is a 6 on 10. Not exactly a failure, because you do have a lot of good games in it, but not exactly a pass either. God, I hope they do not do a PS2 Classic and give us Altered Beast 2 as part of the Creative Bundle. So as always, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. If you feel inclined, subscribe. And have a great rest of your day. Jiga Vega out.